with confidence all year.
Bill Fleming touched on it in the pregame show, how difficult it is to win here in Austin for the visiting team. And certainly that is the task facing Arkansas today. They have lost, the Longhorns that is, only once since 1968. 51-1 at home since 1968. Their only loss to Houston in 1976. They were blown out 30-0.
And the Hogs have not won here since 1966. The last two losses that Arkansas has had have come at the hands of Texas.
Last year, of course, Texas handed Arkansas its only defeat. The Longhorns went through the regular season unbeaten at 11-0. Then they lost in the Cotton Bowl to Notre Dame. And, of course, Arkansas shocked everybody with 3 key players suspended. They went into the Orange Bowl, a decisive underdog to a very fine Oklahoma team, and blitzed the Sooners 31-6. Arkansas has won the toss. The Razorbacks to receive, which means Russ Erxleben will kick off for Texas. There he is, Russell Erxleben. And he figures to go in the first round. A senior, 6'3", and of course, he does double duty. A man who not only is the Longhorn place kicker, kickoff man, but probably the premier punter in the country. Back deep for Arkansas. The deep man is Jeff Goff. Number 34, Hiram Wright, flanks him, along with Thomas Brown. So we're ready to go. Slight breeze blowing from your right to left as you look at it, south to north, and that is vintage Erxleben. It's the goal post, and so Arkansas will take over at the 20-yard line. For Arkansas, offensively, it will be Ron Calcagney from Youngstown, Ohio, the senior starting at quarterback. Ben Cowens on his way to another 1,000-yard year. At one running back, Michael Forrest from Earl, Arkansas. The other running back, Robert Farrell, the big man, number 83, junior flanker. And Gary Stiggers, the split end from Fort Worth, Texas. Stiggers comes out wide right. Farrell is wide left. On first down, Arkansas from the 20-yard line, and Calcagney will keep it, find some room, and get 7 out to the 27. It'll be second down and 3. The men who will lead the way for Arkansas today, Phil Moon, a sophomore at left tackle. Chuck Herman is the left guard, a junior. Rick Shoemaker, center, 6 feet even, 231-pounder. Jerry Sullivan is the right guard. He's from Little Rock. Greg Kalenda is the right tackle. Ben Cowens trying to pick up the first down. Does, gets more, 40, 50, and into Texas territory to the 42-yard line. Ben Cowens. Dwight Jefferson, number 80. The man who got him.
Ben Cowens, as Bill Fleming told you in our pregame show, is an all-purpose, complete football player as he turns the corner on the sweep here. Already second in career rushing behind Dickie Morton.
32-yard pickup. So Arkansas, 2 plays, they moved from their own 20 to the Longhorn 41. Out of the veer with the split backs. And again, it's Calcagney. He runs the same first down play, and the result is the same as he picks up 6 and gets to the 35-yard line. Defensively, the Texas line, McMichael and Acker, the men to watch. Great tackle tandem, as Lee mentioned earlier. Schultz, Taylor in the middle, all conference, and Sendline, the linebackers. Hatchett, Churchman, Johnny Johnson is a good one, and Blackwood, the secondary. On 2nd and 4, Eckwood hit at the 35-yard line. The senior from Brinkley, Arkansas, Jerry Eckwood, who had a great year in '75. He was second in the nation in rushing, was injured, has been hurt the last 2 years, but has responded this season. His first carry of the day, negligible gain. It's third down and a long 4. Arkansas from the 36-yard line. Calcagney pitching it back. And down to the 31-yard line, Michael Forrest, 6'1", senior from Earl, Arkansas. Close to a first down. They need to get to the 31-yard line. They will spot it down just outside the 31. And so Lou Holtz has his first decision of the day. He'll go for it on 4th and inches. Double tight end setup with Charles Clay and Tim Adams. And I think he's got it. Inside the 31, it should be a first down for Jerry Eckwood. We'll see when they unfile as Steve McMichael, number 99, and Lance Taylor converged on him. So they spot the ball at the 31-yard line, and they'll bring in the change.
McMichael and Taylor, two of the men we talked about as we look at Coach Fred Akers. McMichael right at the top of his game now with 14 tackles last week. Lance Taylor recovered now from shoulder surgery, and Arkansas has the first down. Here is a look at big number 99, Steve McMichael. 14 tackles last week against North Texas State, playing right at the top of his game now. And he, too, like the Arkansas tandem, is a bona fide pro prospect. And we have seen a lot of pro scouts here on campus this week, Al Michaels.
From the 31, it's Eckwood. Has room inside the 20. Shifts to the outside. Spinning and inside the 10. It'll be first and goal at the 8-yard line. Jerry Eckwood stopped by Robin Sendline. Longhorn defense, 9th ranked in the country, giving up a lot of yardage on this first series.
Straight dive play, and this has been one of the most effective runs for Arkansas so far this year, as Eckwood, number 43, perhaps the quickest of those 4 great backs, takes the ball from Cal Cagney and gets the key first down.
Jerry Sullivan threw a good block, the right guard, as Fred Akers looks on. His Longhorns pushed back to their 8-yard line, and it is Cowan going into a big hole for the touchdown. Arkansas makes it look very easy as the Razorbacks start from their 20 and go 80 yards in 3 minutes and 14 seconds. 6-0 Razorbacks.
You said it a moment ago, the feeling was that Arkansas might be holding back something offensively and that they were ready to explode. We saw it on this first series. Dive right, dive left, the option play. Cal Cagney taking the quarterback sneak. And now the touchdown. Ben Cowens, the best of 4 great backs.
Ish Ordonez, who is 16 for 16 in conversions this season, puts it up and is now 17 for 17. So with 11:49 to go in the first quarter, it is 7-0 Arkansas from the end zone now. Watch Cowan go in for 6.
No finesse, no misdirection, it's just a straight handoff. And watch Cowens key off his block, breaks a tackle there, another one there, and it's not too hard, into the end zone.
Ben Cowan scoring. The Razorbacks come out roaring in the first quarter. It is 7-0 Arkansas.
Go for the gold! The Danish heritage of American brewed Tuborg Gold. Never go for bronze or silver. Live to make the most of every day. Go for the gold. Then taste the triumph of Danish brewing. Tuborg Gold.
You make the most of every day. Go for the gold. Tuborg Gold.
This is it, America, new Chevrolet.
America, if you're looking for a truly beautiful full-size car with more rear seat legroom,
This is it.
more headroom,
This is it.
and more trunk room.
This is it.
New Chevrolet, bought and embraced by more than 1 million people in its first 2 years. 79 Caprice and Impala, the new generation car America has driven to the top.
This is it, America, new Chevrolet.
For Texas, Jam Jones on the left, Adrian Price on the right, Ish Ordonez to kick off for Arkansas. Razorbacks on top 7-0 on the ground and fielded at the 25-yard line, and one of the upmen takes it back to the 36. The Slavic, a defensive back, an 11-yard run back as we look at the Longhorns offensively. Randy McEachern, the senior quarterback from Pasadena, Texas, is at the helm with A.J. Jam Jones, freshman halfback from Youngstown, Ohio, and Johnny Ham Jones from Hamlin, Texas, the running backs. Ronnie Mish, senior flanker from Needville, Texas, on the outside, along with the fastest man in college football, Johnny Lamb Jones, the Olympic sprinter. Longhorns from the 35-yard line, first down. Picks up 4, William Hampton. Right linebacker, senior from Forest City, Arkansas. Made the tackle. Gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Men leading the way at left tackle, Craig Ryder. Joe Sheeran, the Longhorn left guard. Wes Hubert, fine lineman, the center. He's from South Houston. Jim Yarborough, the right guard. And Terry Tausch, the right tackle. A young offensive line. Les Studdard, 92, the tight end. The line here on the left side on 2nd down. McEachern to put it up and incomplete. Intended for number 26, Lamb Jones. Hugh Jernigan covering on the play as you look at Ben Cowens, the man who put Arkansas on the board.
Complete football player, Ben Cowens. He is just as dangerous when he doesn't have the football as when he does have it.
The Razorback defense, remember, they're ranked 4th in the country. Operate out of the 5-2 as you look at the men up front. 3rd down and 6. McEachern has a man open but overshoots him at midfield. Ronnie Mish, the intended receiver, had curled in and was wide open. Trent Bryant was covering on the play, but was well back. McEachern simply overthrew the man. And so Erxleben will come in to try to put Arkansas in a hole. Vaughn Lusby drops back deep for Arkansas. Fred Akers, the Texas coach in his 2nd year. Graduate of Arkansas, played there under Frank Broyles and then coached here under Darrell Roy before going to Wyoming as the head coach there.
Oh, yeah.
High kick with the wind by Erxleben. Lusby from the 11-yard line has no blocking at all and brings it back to the 13. So Arkansas has it again with 10:51 to go in the first quarter. Coming up later today, of course, the big battle in the Pac-10. And what a race that has turned out to be. As UCLA takes on California at this relatively early stage in the season, they are the only 2 unbeaten teams in the Pac-10. And UCLA will be led by quarterback Rick Bayshore.
Rich Campbell tossing it for the Bears. And I'll tell you, they have found themselves a tailback, too, in John Williams. So that is going to be some matchup today. Of course, you and I live in Northern California, and we're from Southern California, so that would be a tough one to call. Aren't you glad that we're not there?
I'm rooting for San Luis Obispo. Randy McEachern talking to the coaches upstairs on the Texas sideline as Arkansas.
There he is.
Well,
the old dog on the field. It never fails.
He went out of bounds before he got to the goal line, though. I'm not that impressed.
Can we take that back? I'm going to do a little commentary on the replay.
All right, Arkansas from the 14-yard line. Cowens and Eckwood are the running backs. And Cagney didn't fool anybody with that call. Picks up maybe 1. The linebacker, Bruce Schultz, made the tackle. Gain of 1. 2nd down 9. Arkansas from the 14-yard line. 4.5 minutes into the game. Razorbacks lead 7-0. Mike Forrest in the backfield now alongside Cowens as the split back. Cowens gets a nice block from Forrest and then turns it up to the 18-yard line where Lance Taylor makes the tackle, the fine middle linebacker for the Longhorns. So out to the 18, gain of 5. It'll be 3rd down and a long 4.
3rd and possibly a passing situation because Arkansas is not reluctant to throw the ball from anywhere on the field. As we look at Ben Cowens, good-looking guy.
Bobby Duckworth is split wide to the right. He's been hurt, but back in the lineup. And they give it to Forrest, and he is bunched up. Michael Forrest hit as he reaches the line of scrimmage. Dwight Jefferson, number 80, the man responsible primarily, and so it'll be 4th down, and Arkansas will have to kick. The punter, number 13, Bruce Leahy. Leahy averaging 41.5 yards a kick. Fielded at the 45-yard line by Johnny Johnson. And they get him at the 49. So good field position for the Texas Longhorns with 9:02 to go. First quarter at Austin. It's Arkansas 7, Texas nothing.
I see terrible things.
My future?
Your clothes. You'd look better in Hager slacks. Or a Hager sport coat and slacks. Even a Hager vested suit. All of today's Dacron polyester at prices that won't cost you a fortune. Now I see romance. A beautiful woman.
My girlfriend.
My daughter. Emulsion!
Hager, because looking good makes you feel good.
In America, a stadium is more than a building. It's a monument to a million moments that loom large in American life. But without insurance to protect the people who play in it, built it, own it, and maintain it, a monument is exactly what every stadium in America might become. An empty monument. Crum & Forster, working with more than 9,000 independent insurance agents and brokers, helping insure the American way of life.
A Southwest Conference football champion hasn't been able to repeat since Texas won back-to-back titles in 1973 and 1974. Another indication of the athletic competitive balance in the 64-year-old Southwest Conference.
At the 49-yard line, 1st and 10, Texas. Arkansas leading early first quarter, 7-0. Randy McEachern is the quarterback. On the option, pitching it back to A.J. Jones. Eugene gets it inside the 45. Trent Bryant made the tackle. A.J. Jam Jones, freshman, 6'1", 200-pounder, highly recruited. Longhorns wound up with him out of Youngstown, Ohio. There he is. One of the 3 Jones boys, all unrelated. Of course, they have Ham Jones from Hamlin, Texas. They have Lamb Jones from Lampasas, Texas. So they needed a name to go with Ham and Lamb and decided on Jam.
They thought about Ram and Bam, but they like Jam.
2nd down. And 2 from the 43-yard line. And this is Ham Jones inside the 40. And Texas has its initial first down. Longhorns at the 38-yard line, 1st and 10. As we look at the Arkansas defense, 4th ranked in the country. Up front, Howard and Walker, a good one. Number 75, White, Danny Hampton, and Mitchum at the right end spot. Larry Jackson, who had a great day against Texas last year. One of the linebackers, Lusby, Schaap, Bryant, Jernigan, the secondary. At the 38-yard line, 1st down, Texas. Pitch back to Jam Jones. Inside the 30, stopped at the 25-yard line. So the Longhorns moving the ball on the ground. Back-to-back first downs for Texas. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Jam Jones is some kind of freshman. As you pointed out, he was highly recruited. Here he is on the option play. Now watch number 24. USC wanted him so bad that they had Frank Gifford call him. They had O.J. Simpson call him. And they had a fellow by the name of Marion Morrison call him. Now, Marion Morrison has been in a few films under the alias of John Wayne. I don't know. Do you remember him?
AKA, yep.
Yeah.
1st and 10, Texas at the 24-yard line. McEachern, the play fake, has time, throws over the middle into a lot of traffic, and is lucky it wasn't intercepted. Missed the intended receiver, surrounded by white shirts.
Randy McEachern, this time on a triple, actually a quadruple option, because he has the triple option, plus now he decides to throw. And the man with the Cinderella story last year throws the ball up there into traffic. And a whole host of people are going for it.
So McEachern is now 0 for 3. It is 2nd and 10, Texas at the 24-yard line. McEachern keeps this time and nets 4 to the 20. Stopped by Jimmy Walker, number 75, will be in on a lot of tackles. As you look at McEachern's passing figures, last week he did not start. Donnie Little, the freshman, got the call against North Texas State. The Longhorns fell behind 9-0. McEachern came in and spurred the Longhorns to a 26-16 victory.
Completed 5 out of 7 in that ball game. They started 4 freshmen in the backfield against North Texas State.
Very young team for Fred Akers. Quick count, 3rd down and 6. McEachern under pressure. Rolling out. Has some room inside the 15 and gets to the 12-yard line for a first down.
The irrepressible Randy McEachern. What a story on this guy. He was a spotter in the press box in 1976 for the Oklahoma game as we watch him again. The next year, he came off the bench and led the Longhorns to a victory over the Sooners. He lost his job back this year in the Oklahoma game. Won it back last week against North Texas State. An amazing checkered career of Randy McEachern, and he looks better than ever.
There he is. Been through a couple of knee operations. Senior quarterback, 1st and 10 at the 12. Arkansas leading 7-0 first quarter. The freshman, Jam Jones, breaks a tackle, and then it stops finally at the 5-yard line. Jam picks up 7. Marty Mitchum, 56, made the stop and saved the touchdown. It's funny, Texas came in, and I think the Longhorns felt, the coaching staff anyway, that if Arkansas was susceptible defensively, it would be in the secondary. If they have not completed a pass, they have done the damage on this drive on the ground exclusively.
And they may have discovered a new hero in the freshman, Jam Jones. Darrell Royal told us yesterday at breakfast that he liked this young man.
Jones in the backfield now with Kermit Good, number 35. It is 2nd down and 3 from the 5. And Jam fights his way down inside the 2. Could have the first down. Dale White made the stop. It'll be very close. We'll see when they unfile.
That was Ham.
He'll put it at the 2.5 as you look at the Arkansas defense. They've not given up a point in the first quarter this year. It is not a first down. 3rd down and half a yard. Just outside the 2.
That may change.
They got the first down, but not the touchdown. First down, Texas. Jam Jones carrying inside the 1. Kermit Good comes into the backfield now, running back with the play from Fred Akers as Jam Jones comes out. The second-year coach in Texas, 40-year-old Fred Akers.
Defensive back and place kicker for Arkansas, 1957 through 1959.
Jones and Kermit Good, the running backs. McEachern will keep it. And did he cross the plane? No such signal by any of the officials. And so Arkansas able to bunch him up. Temporarily at least stave off the touchdown. No gain. 2nd down. Goal inside the 1. This is
not far, but that is tough. That last yard. Woo!
Arkansas leading 7-0. Texas trying to move in. It is McEachern again. And the Arkansas defense stiffening once more as Kermit Good takes the play from Freddie Akers and comes into the backfield. So 3rd down.
See if they switch strategy and go to the option play, or sometimes they will throw on the goal line. Strangely enough, they will put that ball to Lamb Jones running straight up, try to get him to the corner.
They give it to Jam Jones. And Jam Jones is bottled up near the goal line. So that Arkansas defense really digging in. William Hampton, 82, the linebacker, helped apply the pressure that time to keep him from crossing the goal line.
This is what it looks like down in the trenches. Oh, you can see why Arkansas has not been scored on in the first quarter and why their defense is so highly regarded. Swarming defense out of that 5-2 look.
Lou Holtz pacing. It's 4th down and an inch. And it's Jones picking up the touchdown. Ham Jones, number 25, finally able to crack the barrier. Terry Tausch, the right tackle. Jim Yarborough, the right guard, with a man who finally gave the Longhorns some room after McEachern had tried a couple of times through the middle. Jam Jones had tested the left side, and finally Ham gets in over the right side to make it 7-6. Churchman holding Russ Erxleben. 13 for 13 this season. His perfect record is intact, and the Longhorns have tied it up. So they drive 51 yards, and on 4th down, Ham Jones gets in. We'll see it again.
Ham Jones does a really good job of second effort on this. Now watch, he appears to be stopped. Right here, he appears to be stopped. Now, watch the second effort. Here it is.
So Ham Jones over for the score. We have 3:02 to go. First quarter in Austin. It's Texas 7, Arkansas 7.
We're going to show Grandma our new Chevy Malibu.
A freshly sliced apple pie called Chevy Malibu.
The 1979 Chevy Malibu has the right room, right headroom, legroom, and trunk room. The right size, new family midsize.
Looks like Bill bought himself a new Malibu.
The right ingredients, like an impressive mileage rating and a beautiful body by Fisher. It's got the right name, Chevrolet. No wonder it's a family favorite.
A freshly sliced apple pie
called Chevy Malibu.
Want to see how to save energy with sunshine? Those Lennox solar panels collect heat from the sun and transfer it to this Lennox hot water and home heating system. Right, Dave Lennox?
Right. And this Lennox Solar-Made heat pump provides backup heat in winter and cools the house in summer.
Super efficient.
That's how you save energy with sunshine. Call your independent Lennox dealer. He's in the yellow pages.
Atta boy, Dave.
The only two undefeated teams in Pac-10 competition battling out for first place. UCLA takes on California next.
Texas ate up 40% of the first quarter on that drive. 13 plays, 51 yards. Erxleben kicks off. The freshman Thomas Brown takes it 8 yards deep, but makes the wise choice. The way the Longhorns came downfield. Puts the knee down, settles with a touchback, and once again, low angle now as we look at the touchdown by Ham Jones.
This gives you a better idea of that second effort by Ham Jones, the only senior runner in that Texas backfield. And, you know, they didn't lose a lot in the way of quantity last year, Al Michaels, but they did lose quality. Only team ever, other than one, to lose both a Heisman Award winner and an Outland Award winner. Who was the other?
First down, it's Michael Forrest. Nice hole, first down, out to the 35-yard line to pick up 15. Mike Forrest, 6'1", 210-pound senior from Earl, Arkansas. The other team to lose a Heisman Trophy winner and an Outland Trophy winner. I'll give up.
Nebraska.
That's right. Glover.
Yep.
And Johnny
Michael
Rogers.
Forrest. Maybe he's the biggest and maybe the best blocker of the great four backs.
Penalty being marched off against the Longhorns for a face mask infraction. So that puts it to the 50-yard line. You look at the matchups weight-wise. The lines, the linebackers, and the offensive and defensive backs. Texas bigger every place but the offensive backfield as Calcagney keeps and takes it down to the 41-yard line. Ricky Churchman, the safety, number 8, making the tackle. Calcagney picks up 9.5. It'll be second down and half a yard from the 41. 2:33 to go in the first quarter. 7-7 tie. Eckwood 43, Cowens 28 are the running backs. Cowens has no room at all. Dropped in the backfield by Steve McMichael, the quick left tackle, number 99, junior from Freer, Texas. 6'2", 252-pounder, possible first-round draft choice.
Steve McMichaels, number 99, big defensive tackle, bona fide pro prospect, chucks one man out of the way and goes right for the football. Down you go, Ben Cowens.
Steve McMichael, number 99, making the play. It's third down and 3 now from the 43-yard line. And it is Eckwood, swarmed over at the 42 after a gain of 1. Bruce Schultz, linebacker, came up, leads the charge, number 51. So after they pick up 9.5 on first down, Texas able to thwart the Arkansas effort. the punting unit coming in for the Razorbacks on 4th down and 2 at the 42. Johnny Johnson drops back for Texas along with Glenn Blackwood. Bruce Leahy, the kick for Arkansas. Fair catch is called for by Johnson at the 14-yard line. Longhorns will start there. And, of course, coming up on Wide World of Sports, next Saturday, the World Gymnastics Championships via satellite from Strasbourg, France. And America with perhaps its best men's team ever. If you have not seen Bart Conner and Kurt Thomas, you are in for a treat. They will be there representing the U.S. That's next Saturday on Wide World at 5 Eastern and Pacific, 4 Central Time.
Rick LaCivita, our producer, just asked me if I ever did any gymnastics.
Couple of handstands at 4 a.m. occasionally. First down from the 14-yard line. Jam Jones out to the 16. Dan Hampton, number 86 from Jacksonville, Arkansas. Big man, 6'5", 259. Making the stop. Pickup of 2, 2nd down, 8 Texas in the final minute of the first quarter.
How did he ever get out of Ohio?
2nd down from the 16.
I imagine Woody made a pitch.
Woody did make a pitch. You know, Jam Jones was very impressed with Earl Campbell and also Coach Fred Akers, decided on Texas.
Jam Jones and Ham Jones are the running backs. McEachern put it up and nearly intercepted again. Les Koenig, the intended receiver. Jim Howard, the frustrated left end, had it in his hands and couldn't hold on.
This is called throwing to the open man. Now watch Howard come into your picture, and you can see why, as Al Michaels pointed out, that he is frustrated, because had he just reached back a little further, he would have had a key interception.
So 3rd down and 8. McEachern is now 0 for 4 in the first quarter. Down after the first down, picked up by Jam. Vaughn Lusby made the tackle. Ronnie Mish may have clipped on the play. The wide receiver, number 33. Lusby still down on one knee, as you can see, with 18 seconds to go in the first quarter. Vaughn Lusby, cornerback, senior from Lawton, Oklahoma. Once again, I think we'll be able to pick up the clip on the replay.
Out of the I formation for the first time, we see Jam Jones, number 24, and there, I believe, is the clip. There is the clip, no doubt about it. Helmet must be in front of the defensive players.
Vaughn Lusby assisted off the field. And, of course, the penalty will nullify what would have been a first down for Jam Jones and make it 4th down and 12. And Erxleben will come in. He has the benefit here with 18 seconds remaining in the quarter of punting with the wind at his back, so that will help. Kick fielded at the 30 by the freshman. Brings it back out to the 39-yard line. Thomas Brown, freshman from Birmingham, Alabama. And, of course, we talked about Texas and how tough they are to beat at home. 51 of their last 52.
That's incredible.
Including the last 9 in a row. Arkansas trying to win here for the first time since '66. This will be the final play of the first quarter from the 38-yard line. Calcagney Gives it to Eckwood, who takes it out to the 43. Picks up 5. So when the second period commences, it will be 2nd down and 5. Steve McMichael made the tackle. So the first quarter in the books at Austin. The score: Arkansas 7, Texas 7.
3 unidentified 19-inch color TV pictures, each the best of its brand. Over 1,000 people saw them.
We want to make you comfortable. We want to make you comfortable.
Holiday Inn is #1 in people pleasing.
Let us show you the lengths Texaco sometimes has to drill to find more energy. This is New York's World Trade Center. Imagine drilling the length of 15 World Trade Centers. 15 World Trade Centers. That's almost 4 miles. Well, that's how deep Texaco has to drill. 4 miles down at $1 million a mile to find more energy for you here in America. Texaco, working to keep your trust.
Second quarter, beginning at Austin, a 7-7 tie. It is 2nd down and 5 for Arkansas. Calcagney pitching it back to Cowens. Turns the corner, gets into Texas territory, picks up the first down. Len Blackwood, the cornerback, number 37, whose brother Lyle, defensive back in the NFL with Baltimore, makes the tackle.
Ben Cowens, along with that great speed and cutting ability, also has a lot of upper body strength. He was a state shot put champion in high school. Still hangs around the weight room a lot, as does Ron Calcagney, the quarterback.
Ball just inside Texas territory on first down. Ben Cowens bunched up, and again it's Steve McMichael, a name we've heard several times today and we'll be hearing again often. Made the stop. 2nd down, 9.
Here again is what it looks like in the trenches as we look at the line play, and you can see what kind of a battle it is. And that man has been very busy so far. Eventually, we're going to have to choose a defensive player of the game. McMichael is certainly a prospect.
On 2nd and 9, Calcagney, his receivers are covered, so he runs to the 40-yard line, close to a first down. Henry Williams, number 83, making the tackle. So Calcagney, decent enough passer, good runner.
By his own admission, he has patterned his style of play after Fran Tarkenton, and at times he can be as devastating a scrambler as I have ever seen in college football. He can literally run around with that ball for 5 minutes. Would you believe 45 seconds?
They're going to bring the chains in and measure. And he just barely picks up the first down. So Calcagney running into the 39-yard line. Arkansas on the move. First down, Razorbacks. Texas 7, Arkansas 7. Second quarter. There is Vaughn Lusby. The report on Lusby, a broken cheekbone for the Arkansas defensive back. Out for the rest of the day. The report we get. Calcagney going deep. It's tipped and incomplete. Inside the 10. Ricky Churchman got a hand on it. Charles Clay was the intended receiver, the tight end. Churchman staying with him and deflecting it.
You think this isn't a game of inches? Watch Charles Clay, the tight end, who's running straight up the hash mark as Calcagney tries to find him. There's the tip right here. Now watch how close Clay is to getting this football. Had he looked the other way, he would have been able to reach back and get the football.
So Calcagney's first pass attempt of the day is incomplete. It is 2nd down 10 at the 40-yard line. Calcagney, a lot of time to set up. Going deep again, tipped again, and incomplete at the goal line. It's Derek Hatchett, 43, who was able to volleyball it away from Bobby Duckworth, the fleet wide receiver, number 27.
It almost looks like a replay of a replay because we had a tip the time before. Here it is again, and watch Duckworth, number 27, who's running a deep post pattern, try to get to the football, but it's well ahead of him.
So 3rd down and 10. After staying on the ground, they have gone to the air twice now, and Calcagni wants to take the timeout. The first used by the Razorbacks in this half. So timeout, Arkansas. 13:26 to go, second quarter. The Longhorns and Razorbacks a 7-7 tie.
These are two of today's newest razors. The one on the right is the new Norelco rotary razor. This one has 2 blades, the new Norelco 36. This one pivots up and down. The new Norelco has 3 adjustable heads that float and a new shaving angle. Both give you a close shave, but there is one thing they offer that Norelco doesn't. Gotcha! The new Norelco rotary razor. Very close, but no gotcha.
I've been thinking about the market lately.
My broker says now's a good time to look into tax-free incomes. What'd your broker say?
Well, my broker's E.F. Hutton, and E.F. Hutton says...
When E.F. Hutton talks, people listen.
We're back in Austin, 3rd down and 10. As you look at Randy McEachern, the Texas quarterback, looking on as Arkansas comes up at the 40-yard line, a 7-7 tie, early second quarter. Calcagni, his 3rd pass in a row, has a man open and dropped at the 25-yard line. Robert Farrell right there. Derek Hatchett, the man covering on the play, but Calcagni finds no success going to the air in this series after Arkansas had stayed exclusively on the ground. It is 4th down for the Razorbacks, and they should be able to punt Texas into a hole or perhaps go for the field goal. We will see. Ish Ordonez started out onto the field, but now it's the punter, Leahy.
Something you rarely see. Excuse me, Al. Something you rarely see. Robert Farrell noted for his good hands, not for his speed, but supposedly has the sure hands.
Leahy's kick will go into the end zone. And so the Longhorns will take over at the 20-yard line with 13:14 to go in the first half. Coming up Monday night, of course, it'll be Earl Campbell, the Heisman Trophy winner at Texas, now with Houston, taking on the unbeaten Pittsburgh Steelers on ABC's Monday Night Football at 9 Eastern Time. Frank, Don, and Howard with you, and they'll also be back on Thursday night, special edition. Coming up this week, the Vikings and the Cowboys at 8:30 Eastern Time. First down, Texas from the 20-yard line. McEachern coming out this way to Lamb Jones. 25, 30. Lamb cuts back toward the middle, gets out to the 40-yard line. The Olympic sprinter, Johnny Lamb Jones, gold medal winner at Montreal, 400-meter relay team. Marty Mitchum made the stop.
This is the game breaker as we look again. It's a sideline screen. That means that he simply throws the ball out there to Lamb Jones along the sidelines. The screen sets up, and now he picks his way. Only 5 men in the world run faster, and they don't play football. Got to give Darrell Royal credit for that line.
That's McEachern's first pass completion. Texas has taken a timeout. The Longhorns utilized their first of the first half. After the 20-yard pass to Lamb Jones. Lamb, with his great speed, though, is a very tough man to get open deep because normally he is double or triple teamed. So you really have to look for Lamb underneath.
Besides that, nobody can throw it that far.
Yeah.
They have to take 3 steps and unload.
Figures for the first quarter, as you can see, exclusively on the ground. 112 yards rushing for Arkansas, 69 for Texas, and that's the total offense. Flat edge for Texas in time of possession. Of course, most of that used up on their touchdown drive, which consumed 6 minutes. And Texas penalized twice in the first quarter. Fred Akers lamenting the fact that Texas has been penalized often this year, and it has really cost them. Let's go spend a moment right now with Bill Fleming, which we will do right after the play. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line as Randy McEachern takes it out to the 44. All right, let's go down to Bill.
Well, Arkansas is going to have to play without Vaughn Lusby, their cornerback. Perhaps Al reported to you that he has a broken cheekbone. It's right up in here in this area. And the doctors feel they will have to do surgery this afternoon after the ball game. He will not be back in the lineup. Now, it's not serious, but it's serious enough to keep him out of the lineup.
All right, Bill, it is 2nd down and 6 at the 44-yard line. McEachern, same basic play and same basic result. Gets 3.5 out to the 47. Mike Massey made the tackle. And again, we mentioned that if Texas feels Arkansas is vulnerable in any one spot defensively, it would be the secondary, and certainly the loss of Lusby will hurt even more. Lou Holtz, king of the one-liners, 2nd year at Arkansas. Formerly coached at North Carolina State. Then he became a fish out of water for a year when he coached in pro ball with the New York Jets in '76, but he's happy to be in Fayetteville. 3rd and 3. McEachern has the 1st down. Pushes his way into Arkansas territory. To the 49-yard line where Stan Freeman, number 61, makes the tackle. So 1st down, Longhorns.
One day you're picking the wine, one day you're drinking the wine, the next day you're picking the grapes. That's one of his many one-liners. You know, he has so many one-liners that you could actually have a book of Lou Holtz one-liners. I've got a better one later about O.J. Simpson. Let's get back to that.
1st down, Texas at the 49-yard line. Sam Jones pushed back at midfield. Mike Massey, 48. The tackle. Freddie Akers with a headset, ready to send in the play. With Ronnie Mish, the wide receiver, number 33, re-entering the game. Lou Holtz, of course, took over when Frank Broyle retired from coaching. Frank, of course, now the athletic director at Arkansas and commentator for ABC, waiting in Berkeley, along with Keith Jackson to bring you the UCLA-Cal game later. Timeout with 10:38 to go in the 1st half at Austin. It's Texas 7, Arkansas 7.
By now, almost everybody's heard about the incredible Black & Decker Workmate, about how it makes almost any hard job a lot easier, like planing, hammering, sawing, almost anything. But what most people don't know about the incredible Workmate is now you can get a single hatch model for as little as $45.
Wow.
That's right. A Black & Decker Workmate for about $45. That's really incredible.
Introducing a new way to take your pulse. Berlinetta, the sophisticated new Camaro from Chevrolet. The new Camaro Berlinetta is smooth, responsive, elegant, comfortable, with a supple new suspension system that is unique to the Berlinetta. A ride quieter than Camaro's past. Berlinetta is a beautiful way to move you. Body and soul. The Camaro Berlinetta from Chevrolet. It's a new way to take your pulse.
The membership of the National Federation of State High School Associations coordinates interscholastic programs for about 20,000 schools. Millions of boys and girls enjoy the programs and are educated through them. Support school activities programs in your community. They are the other half of education.
2nd down, 13, Texas. From their own 49-yard line, McEachern, straight drop back, lofts it, completes it into Arkansas territory. It is Lamb Jones to the 45-yard line, stopped by Jim Howard. It'll be 3rd down and 6. They like to use Lamb as a running back on occasion.
Lamb coming out of the backfield this time. They will line him up in about 5 different places from time to time. And as you can see, along with that incredible speed, the fastest man in all of football, he has the soft hands. He might just be another Cliff Branch or Mel Gray.
Good comparison. 3rd down and a long 5. Straight drop again and nearly intercepted. That's Jim Howard one more time, number 54, who had a chance to intercept one earlier, and now again. So Jim Howard frustrated one more time.
McEachern's favorite target so far today has been Jim Howard. I don't know what these two got going together. Here it is. Well, that is indeed a study in frustration.
Jimmy's got to put some stickum on the fingers.
I remember the late Paul Christman always used to say, hit him in a bad place.
Erxleben, a line drive end-over-end kick that takes an Arkansas bounce. And down at the 16-yard line. Razorbacks start from there with 9:43 to go in the first half. And coming up next, UCLA and California at Berkeley. Big battle, Pac-10, a conference that is so evenly balanced that the team that goes to the Rose Bowl might have 2 conference losses. UCLA and Cal, the only unbeatens in the Pac-10. Quarterback Rich Campbell of California, and what a great quarterback tradition they have had at Berkeley.
Joe Kapp, Craig Morton, Bartkowski.
Steve Bartkowski, the late Joe Roth. You go down the line. Campbell leading the Bears against UCLA later. Arkansas, 16-yard line. Kevin Scanlon is the new quarterback, and Eckwood, who is 2 for 2 on the year throwing, is almost 3 for 3, but unable to hold on to the ball was Bobby Duckworth, number 27. The halfback pass thrown by Eckwood.
And that is a sad play for Eckwood, who threw this ball perfectly. He could play quarterback for them. As you pointed out, he was 2 for 2 on the halfback pass. And perhaps the most versatile and quick of all of those great 4-backs. As we look at Eckwood, here's the pitch. Now watch, he runs it just perfectly, sets up there. That is a fine-looking arm. The ball is out there, perfectly thrown. Duckworth has it, tips it, juggles it, loses it.
Back live on second down. The pass incomplete as Scanlon was pressured. Bill Ackert came charging through, number 63. It'll be third down. Once again, the end of the play.
Duckworth right here is in perfect position to catch this football, but does not. He loses his eye-hand coordination momentarily and results in giving up the football.
Arkansas has yet to complete a pass. Scanlon and Calcagney combined are 0 for 5 now on 3rd and 10. Scanlon, straight drop with protection, going for Duckworth again, incomplete. Covered well on the play by number 37, Glenn Blackwood, down the near side. So Arkansas finding nothing in the air. Now 0 for 6, the Texas crowd responding to the defense.
The Hogs are going for the bomb right now. Boy, this is a good one. Big shootout. Hogs and the Horns. This is my first one.
Leahy to kick it away. Wind at his back. Good kick. Johnson backing up. Takes it at the 34-yard line. Coming to the right side. Has no blocking and is swarmed over at the 40. Johnny Johnson with a run back. Hall made the stop. That was a good kick. 50 yards by Leahy. So the ball at the 39-yard line for Texas. 9:13 to go. First half. 7-7 tie. Two clubs that run very well. The stats reflect it. Of course, neither team has been able to do very much through the air. Arkansas has drawn a blank.
And McEachern really not having a good day passing the football either. We may see Donnie Little, but in a ball game like this, I think the experience of McEachern will be valuable. He has been running the option play well. The hog hat.
Illegal use of the hands. The penalty against Texas marched off back to the 24-yard line. And so the punt proficiency becomes even greater. Texas not losing to Arkansas here in 12 years. Of course, Texas has hardly lost here at all over the last 12 years. First down from the 24-yard line. Ham Jones fights his way out to the 30-yard line. William Hampton, senior linebacker, 82, made the stop. Spotted just outside the 30. Called it second down, a long 3.
Ham Jones really came on strong in the spring and emerged as perhaps the #1 guy to fill in for Earl Campbell. Now, of course, it looks more like Jam Jones may be in that role, but that's some kind of loss.
Ham Jones, he's carried 6 times for 17 yards. Second down, 3.5 at the 31-yard line. The fake to Jam Jones, and then McEachern keeps and nets nothing. Dan Hampton makes the tackle, number 86. And so it'll be 3rd down and 3 from the 31. Longhorn 7, Razorback 7. 8:15 to go. First half. 80,000 at Memorial Stadium in the state capital of Austin. Hook 'em horns. On 3rd down, after the 33-yard line, Brad Beck, the freshman from Perryton, Texas. He started last week against North Texas State. To the 30, close to the 34-yard line, but shy of the first down. It's 4th and inches, and they'll send in Erxleben.
Brad Beck is the man that Fred Akers told us he would like to get the ball to in short yardage situations. He has been compared to Jim Bertelsen.
Erxleben, who had a 58-yard kick with the wind, goes against the wind. High kick, floating, bouncing at the 30, and down at the 26. Arkansas ball at their own 26-yard line. 7:09 to go in the half. A 7-7 tie in Austin.
This year, Mario Andretti and Goodyear took on the world's best drivers and foreign tires and won. In Argentina, in Belgium, in Spain, in France, in Germany, in Holland. And between them, Mario and Goodyear have brought the World Championship back home to America. So as Mario would tell you, if you want to beat the world, there's only one tire to consider.
Goodyear.
The Danish heritage of American-brewed Tuborg Gold. Never go for bronze or silver. Live to make the most of every day. Go for the gold. Then taste the triumph of Danish brewing. Tuborg Gold. You make the most of every day. Go for the gold. Tuborg Gold.
The only 2 undefeated teams in Pac-10 competition battle it out for first place. UCLA takes on California next.
Al Michaels, Lee Grosscup, Bill Fleming in Austin, Texas. 7:09 to go first half, 7-7 tie. 1st and 10 Arkansas from the 26-yard line. Ron Calcagney, the quarterback, pitching it back to Ben Cowens. Turns upfield. Out past the 30 and out of bounds at the 31.
Johnny Johnson forced him out of bounds.
Johnny Johnson forcing them out of bounds on the far side, number 27. Ben Cowens will be the all-time Arkansas ground gaining leader by the time his career is over, barring injury. His figures for today, averaging better than 10 yards a carry to this point. 2nd and 5. Calcagney out to the 36-yard line. He had success with that play twice in the first quarter and goes back to it here in the second period.
Cowens now has 7 carries for 56 yards, and as you pointed out, he's already 2nd in career rushing, only a few hundred yards behind Dickie Morton, the all-time rushing leader. He could break that in a few more games if he has a few hot ones.
There he is, 28, Ben Cowens, senior, All Southwest Conference. It's 3rd down and inches, and Calcagney has the first down as he pushes forward out to the 32-yard line. On a keeper, it's a first down for the Razorbacks as Steve Massey and Steve McMichael make the stop. Arkansas came out running, then tried to go through the air on a couple of series and found no success there, 0 for 6, and now back on the ground to pick up the first. Longhorn territory. First down at the 45-yard line. Michael Forrest, number 33. Arkansas very deep at the running back spot. As you look at Lou Holtz, you might remember back New Year's night, of course, a fellow by the name of Roland Sales captured everybody's attention. 205 yards rushing for Arkansas against Oklahoma in the Orange Bowl. He hasn't been in the game today. He's second string. Forrest again with little success. Steve Massey makes the tackle. Second down.
If Sales were playing anywhere else, they'd be booming him for All-American. But here he has to sit and wait. What talent. Lou Holtz says this is the 4 best runners that he has ever had, college or pro. Now, when he was at North Carolina State, he had 4 guys that he called the 4 Stallions. That was Hooks, Young, Burden, and Fritz. I covered that.
Second down and 10. Calcagney going deep, looking for Duckworth, incomplete. Covered well by Derek Hatchett. Hatchett is a man that Texas's opponents have been picking on this season with some success, though he does have 3 interceptions. Today they have gone his way a couple of times, and he has responded to the occasion.
Is that because of last year's Cotton Bowl game, by any chance?
Could very well be, as Notre Dame found out.
Yep.
Freddie Akers. 40 years old, dapper dude.
Very good-looking guy. Very personable man who was quite a football player in his day at Arkansas under Frank Broyles.
3rd and 10. Calcagney trying to scramble a la Tarkenton. So far, so good. Looking for room now and finds none and dumped at the 47 by Dwight Jefferson, number 80. So the Longhorns have held.
How about this? Woo!
Once again, a big ovation as the defensive unit comes off. Leahy into kick, stands back at his own 34-yard line. Johnny Johnson, deep, bad kick. That will be caught at the 21-yard line by Glenn Blackwood. Fair catch made there, and a first down coming up for the Longhorns at that spot. 4:30 to go, first half. It's Texas 7, Arkansas 7.
Gee, Mr. Goodwrench, I don't know. It's going ka-thump, ka-thump, ka-thump.
Ka-thump, ka-thump, ka-thump.
Yeah.
Mr. Goodwrench understands your GM car. He has special GM training and GM equipment available to help him analyze your car and diagnose the problem.
No more ka-thump. Thanks.
Keep that great GM feeling.
Mr. Goodwrench?
With genuine GM parts.
I understand. We met at 9.
We met at 8.
I was on time.
No, you were late.
Yes, I remember well.
The Xerox display typing system lets you create and revise information right on a screen before it's committed to paper, and will remember it all, even if you don't.
Yes, I remember it well.
4 minutes, 30 seconds remaining first half. Arkansas, Texas, 7-7 tie. After a 31-yard punt by Leahy, Longhorns have it first and 10 at their own 21-yard line. Randy McEachern has gone all the way at quarterback. And it's Brad Beck, the freshman. Gain of a yard or so as Dan Hampton makes the tackle, number 86. Dale White also in there, number 87.
Young Texas football team. At times they have started 4 freshmen in that backfield. Only 7 seniors have played consistently.
Brett Akers building another powerhouse. They thought he was rebuilding last year. 11-1. Second and 9. McEachern has some room out to the 29-yard line. Gain of 8. Larry Jackson, 66, left side linebacker, the tackle from Hot Springs, Arkansas.
McEachern moving out pretty well despite the fact that he still wears a knee brace.
Through the air, 2 out of 7. Third down, 2. Getting close on the knees of McEachern that have survived 2 operations. 3rd and 2. got it out to the 31-yard line, very close to a first down. With 3:12 to go, Mike Massey has been in on a lot of tackles. Number 48. Officials lining it up as we start looking at other scores. Second-ranked Penn State has a 7-3 lead in the first quarter over Syracuse.
Bill Hurley back in the lineup for Syracuse. That'll make that interesting.
There's our game, of course. Wake Forest and 6th-ranked Maryland. No score yet as they bring the chains in. Florida State and Pittsburgh. No score first quarter. Villanova with a field goal leading Rutgers. And it's a first down here for Texas. West Virginia out in front of Temple. The Ivy, it's Yale by 3 over Columbia in the first.
There's a partial. Do a little George Carlin there.
Yep. 3 minutes to go in the first half. From the 32-yard line, it's McEachern, complete to the 43 to Lawrence Sampleton, number 87. 18 years old, 215-pounder. Brad Scott, number 40, made the tackle.
Biggest pass of the day so far for Randy McEachern, and he's right on target as he hits Sampleton. Down the middle. Great leaping catch by big number 87. And now the Horns have field position.
That is Sampleton's first reception of the season at the 42-yard line. First and 10, Texas, a 7-7 tie. Look out, McEachern able to scramble away. And gets it down to the 38-yard line. So he turns what would have been a 5 or 6 yard loss into a gain of about 4 as Dale White makes the stop with Jimmy Walker, 75.
Smart running by that Cinderella quarterback. What a story. From the press box to the field, back to the bench, back to the field. He's seen it all.
McEachern, who's been sharing time with Donnie Little this season, has gone all the way in the first half. It is second down, call it 2nd and 5 at the 37-yard line. 1:48 to go in the half. The pitch back to Jam Jones. Stop near the line of scrimmage. Third down coming up. This program being brought to you as a special exclusive of ABC Sports. Let's pause 5 seconds to allow our local stations to identify themselves.
WFAA Television, Channel 8, Dallas, Fort Worth.
1 minute, 15 seconds remaining first half. Texas 7, Arkansas 7. It is third down and 4 Longhorns at the Arkansas 36. Time to set up, going deep. He's got Sampleton again. Touchdown, but a flag is down. Penalty marker is down as Sampleton makes his second catch on this series. A flag at the 13-yard line. And the call, I think, is against Arkansas. The way the Texas bench is responding anyway, it is. Touchdown.
Hey, where did he come from? Woo!
Sampleton, 18-year-old freshman.
What a way to break in. Let's look at Sampleton as he goes to the corner. Beats his defender just by inches, and then takes it on into the end zone. A star is born.
The interference was called on O.C. Jackson, the man who took Lusby's place. So Lusby's absence has hurt. Ertzleben to attempt the point after and misses for the first time this season as it is blocked. Dale White, 87, was the man who charged through. So uncharacteristically, the Longhorns missed the extra point, but have the lead. With a tick under 1 minute remaining in the first half. 59 seconds to go, second quarter. Texas now leading Arkansas 13-7, with the Razorbacks a slight favorite coming in.
Upset in the making. Texas a 3, even as far as up to maybe a 10-point favorite in some circles.
So McEachern got off to a slow start passing. He was 0 for his first 4, but he has completed 4 of his last 5. coincidentally, since Lusby came out of the game. And that pass completed into what would have been Lusby's area, but the fractured cheekbone has Vaughn on the bench. And Samberlin able to beat O.C. Jackson as Erxleben will kick off into the wind. 13-7 Texas. Brown, the freshman, fields it a yard in the end zone. Coming out, 10. Out past the 15 to the 18-yard line. Ronnie Mish made the stop. One more time from the end zone, the freshman.
How about this Lawrence Sampleton? Look at this. He was not even on our two deeps, Al. We had to look further into the roster. But wow, he is something. Tall, rangy, fast, and sure hands.
What a way to break in. Hadn't caught a pass all season. Catches 2 on that drive in front of about 75% of the country. 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. Calcagney going over the middle. It's intercepted at the 35-yard line by Johnson, and he takes it back to the 23. Johnny Johnson. Stiggers, the intended receiver, fell down. So Texas has a chance to put at least 3 more on the board.
Watch number 27, Johnny Johnson, from his weak safety position as Calcagney sets up to throw. He's aiming for the curl-in route, and here comes Johnny Johnson, number 27. The ball is overthrown, and there's Johnson waiting for it. Dr. Doom is his nickname.
45 seconds to go in the half. McEachern on 1st down, going deep and incomplete in the far corner of the end zone. Missed the intended receiver, number 33. Shapp and Jernigan covering on the play. So McEachern on the near hash mark, trying to go the other way to the other side, incomplete.
Daring call by McEachern, and I like it. He goes for the big play on 1st down after a turnover. I like that philosophy.
Time remaining, as you can see, 39 seconds. Texas leading 13-7 after Arkansas had scored on its first drive. The Longhorns have come from behind. Lead by 6. 2nd down, 10. McEachern to Lamb Jones at the 11-yard line, out of bounds. To Jernigan. The defensive back covering on the play. 33 seconds remaining in the half. And Texas at the Arkansas 11. 1st down.
Lamb Jones shows you that he is more than just a bomb threat. He is also a move man. Precise cuts that time. And the momentum has changed. This game so much influenced by attitude and emotions.
80,000 on their feet. They want to see the Longhorns moving again. They have time. 33 seconds. They're at the 11-yard line. And they give it to Jam Jones, who takes it down to the 5-yard line. Texas has 1 timeout left, and they will take it right here with 28 seconds. So it'll be 2nd down and 4 for a 1st down, 5 for a touchdown. 28 seconds to go in the first half. 13-7 Texas. Now a word from the NCAA.
I'm Carm Koza, head football coach at Yale University and currently president of the American Football Coaches Association. As a member of the American Football Coaches Association, all coaches strive to maintain high ethical standards in recruiting. We want to improve the process through which the high school athlete selects a college. College football coaches spend many hours recruiting prospective student athletes. The coaches are vitally concerned that each athlete being recruited and his parents are fully informed as to what is permissible in recruiting and what type of financial aid can be offered and accepted. The National Collegiate Athletic Association has distributed a booklet, a guide for the college-bound student athlete. It covers the general rules and regulations governing recruiting, eligibility, and financial aid. Athletes and parents should study this booklet, accept only what is permissible. If you would like a copy of this booklet, write Recruiting NCAA, Post Office Box 1906, Shawnee Mission, Kansas.
Lamb Jones has just caught a pass in the end zone for a touchdown for the Texas Longhorns with 23 seconds remaining in the first half. Randy McEachern going to the air and with much success here in the second quarter. The play again.
Fred Akers told us about this play. Straight up to Lamb Jones. They throw it to the spot just inside the end zone. And that ball is letter perfect. One more look at Lamb all alone. Here he is, straight up, goes to the corner, over the shoulder catch. It's perfect. 4 catches, 41 yards for Lamb Jones.
Russ Erxleben converting with 23 seconds remaining in the half. So the interception by Johnny Johnson. And then McEachern goes to the air, and the Texas Longhorns, 8th in the nation, lead the Arkansas Razorbacks, number 3 in both polls, 20-7. Lamb Jones, and as Lee said, the quarterback McEachern throwing to a spot here, not the man.
This man might emerge as the game breaker. Lamb Jones, all that speed, over the shoulder catch. McEachern, who started slow, now has 6 of 12 for over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns.
So the Razorbacks, who led 7-0 in the first 3.5 minutes of the first quarter, now find themselves trailing by 2 touchdowns. Erxleben's kick, a low kick, fielded at the 9-yard line by Hiram Wright, and he takes it back out to the 26. 16 seconds remaining now in the first half. Fireman's Fund flashback at halftime. You'll see highlights of last week's stunning Arizona State upset over USC. It is Eckwood out to the 37. That should run the clock out unless Arkansas takes a timeout. Clock stopped momentarily on the first down here. Out to the 38, and Arkansas will take a timeout. So the Razorbacks stop the clock with 10 seconds to go in the first half. Well, Texas felt, as we said initially, as you look at Lou Holtz, that if Arkansas had a weakness, it was the secondary. It did not look like that was the case initially, as they got off to a very slow start with their passing game. But you just pointed out, Lou, that McEachern has come on. They have found the open spots. Vaughn Lusby's absence, of course, has hurt Arkansas. And through the air, Texas has built up a 13-point lead.
And no one can cover Lamb Jones one-on-one. He has been getting double, sometimes triple coverage, but they're finding those little openings in the zone defense, as you just pointed out. And if you can get the ball to Lamb Jones with some open field, forget it. He's gone.
1st and 10 from the 37. Calcagney gets sacked at the 29-yard line. And that'll do it for the first half. So 80,000 roaring at Austin. At the end of the first half, it is 20-7 Texas. Bill Fleming down on the field with Coach Freddie Akers.
Well, with me right now is Fred Akers, who is a very happy guy, the head coach of the Longhorns of Texas. Fred, I don't think we've ever seen a comeback like your Texas team did against Arkansas.
Well, of course, the game is halfway over, and I'm really proud of the way we've played. We've had some good breaks, and we've taken advantage of them. And we know Arkansas is a quality football team, but we like to think we are too, Bill.
You know, Fred, after Arkansas got that 7 points on you, you came right back and you're working that option play beautifully, went down the field, scored, tied it up, and now all of a sudden you're starting to exploit the pass.
Well, we have to take what they give us, and we have to try to keep them mixed up. We like to be as balanced as possible. And the next 30 minutes are going to be an exciting one.
Okay, you got to stick with McEachern in the second half?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Fred Akers, the head coach of the Longhorns of Texas, whose team is out in front of Arkansas, 20-7. We'll be back with our halftime activities right after this about an upcoming ABC show. Coach Lou Holtz of Arkansas has just given his team a pep talk in the locker room, and I imagine it was a beauty.
It wasn't really a pep talk. You know, we try to stay up with the Joneses, but I'll tell you, Texas has a fine football team. but I've never seen us. You know, we just sort of stand in awe of them, and we're going to play a fine football game the second half, or I don't know what in the world will happen.
You know, Coach, it seemed that when you took that opening kickoff, you went right down the field, you stayed on the ground, you just ate them alive, and then all of a sudden it didn't work again.
Well, you know, we never had real good field position. We moved the ball somewhat, but Texas has a fine defense. We haven't hit the passes. We have one-on-one. We don't catch it. They have one-on-one. They do. And that's the game, making a big play, making something happen. And I have great respect for Texas. This football game's not over by a long shot.
Okay. Thanks very much, Lou, for joining us. Now let's go back upstairs to Al Michaels and Lee Grosskopf.
All right, Bill, and there you see the deep men ready to receive for Texas. Adrian Price on the right of the screen, Jam Jones. The other man back at the goal line is Ish Ordonez. Will kick off for Arkansas with the wind as we start the third quarter. In Austin, the breeze blowing the ball off the tee. 20-7 Texas, and even in adversity, Holtz comes up with a one-liner. We're trying to stay up with the Joneses.
He can't resist that.
Nope. Here we go. Second half is underway. And Adrian Price can't do anything with that. Ordonez takes advantage of the wind. And again, the Texas backfield with McEachern at quarterback. Jam and Ham, the Jones boys, are the running backs. Mish and Lamb Jones. The wideout. Studdard is the tight end. And the young line up front doing a fine job protecting McEachern and opening up some holes for the Longhorns. First play from scrimmage in the second half. McEachern has gone all the way. Jam and Ham are the split backs in the veer. The freshman, Jam Jones. Look at that move, sidestepping, and then spurts out to the 28-yard line. He's got the moves of a senior. Dale White, 87, made the tackle. Gain of 8. Defensively, Jim Howard almost had 2 interceptions in the first half. Jimmy Walker, the very fine tackle. Dale White made that last play, the nose guard out of Denton, Arkansas. Danny Hampton, another fine defensive tackle. And Marty Mitchum on the right side up front for the Razorbacks. Larry Jackson at linebacker. Second down, 2 from the 28-yard line. Again, it's Jam Jones getting jammed up at the 29-yard line. Gain of 1. Dale White makes the stop. It'll be 3rd and 1 Horns from the 29.
Starting to sound like Lou Holtz with all this wordplay and one-liners. We'll be getting it. Jam Jones had 52 yards, 14 carries in the first half, picking up where he left off. You can see why he was so highly recruited. As we mentioned earlier, USC really wanted him, so much so that they had Frank Gifford, O.J. Simpson, and John Wayne all make personal phone calls to Jam.
But it was Earl Campbell who was the man in good measure responsible for Jam deciding on Texas. 3rd down, 1. McEachern to Mish at the 38-yard line, and he was out of bounds at the 38, incomplete. Some of the fellows along the Texas sideline not too enamored with that call. Ronnie Mish was there, and so it'll bring it back to the 29, and the punting unit comes in. Erxleben. Thomas Brown, the freshman, dropping back at his own 30-yard line. Erxleben end over end kick into the wind. Takes a good Texas bounce. Brown fields at the 24-yard line and brings it back out to the 31. 7-yard run back after a 47-yard kick with the bounce by Erxleben. Arkansas, Calcagney went most of the way. Scanlon was in for a couple of series in the first half. Cowens and Eckwood start at the running back spots. Farrell, Stiggers, and Clay, the receivers. So it will be Forrest now with Cowens at the running back spots initially. Boone, Herman, Shoemaker, Sullivan, and Kalenda, the interior line. Cowens takes the pitch. And Ben moves it out to the 37-yard line. Gain of 6, maybe 7. It'll be 2nd down. Defensively, for Texas, it's Ron Bones, number 91, the junior left end. Steve McMichael has already had a big day in one half alone, and Bill Acker, another fine tackle, number 53. There's the man who made the last play. The tackle on Cowens. Bruce Schultz, one linebacker. Lance Taylor is all conference. Robin Senline is the other linebacker. And it's Michael Forrest pushing his way out to the 46-yard line for a first down.
The Hogs going back to their original game plan. This is exactly the way they came out in the first quarter.
First down as you look at the defensive backfield for Texas. Derek Hatchett batted one possible touchdown away earlier. Ricky Churchman made the last play, number 8. Johnny Johnson, a big interception toward the end of the first half. And Glenn Blackwood at the corner, number 37. Cal Cagney putting it up over the middle. It's complete to the 29-yard line to Bobby Duckworth, sophomore out of Hamburg, Arkansas, who has been hurt. And back in the lineup, and he finds him.
And they're glad to have him back. Let's watch Duckworth, number 27, coming from left to right on the crossing pattern. And there is Cal Cagney on target for the first time today. That is the first pass completion for the Hogs. One more time, Duckworth, down and in. There's the completion.
From the 29-yard line, Cal Cagney pitching it back. It's Eckwood inside the 20. First down, 14-yard line. Derek Hatchett tripped him up. Jerry Eckwood, one of the fleet. The offensive backfield for Arkansas. Lou Holtz has a lot of maneuverability, and still we have not seen Olin Sales today. It's been Eckwood, Forrest, and Cowens who have been in there.
Eckwood has been slowed down by injuries throughout his career, but he said that his goal for this season was to stay healthy for every game.
7 carries for 57 yards on first down. We've got movement in the line before the snap. Looks like both tackles for Arkansas got a bit over anxious, but yeah, let's wait and see. It's against Texas.
There is the initial movement.
Acker, number 53.
That's no good in this league, is it?
No.
Did they allow that in the Southwest Conference? I don't think so.
5-yard penalty, first down 5 at the 9-yard line. Double tight end now, Clay and Adams, 84 and 85 respectively. Cowens to the 5. Lance Taylor making the tackle. Vince Buckley, the referee today, as we look at Fred Akers, Rich Stovall, the umpire, Wayne Shaw, linesman, line judge Bobby Rattler, field judge J.D. Rowland, Tim Hatches, the back judge. Second down, 1. Cowens has carried 9 times for 67 yards. Now Cagney. Stopped by Lance Taylor. Needed only a yard. They'll put it down at the 4. Line it up, and it's a first down.
Cal Cagney has used that play 4 or 5 times today, and remember that he does a lot of checking off. He has the option to audibilize even though the plays are sent in. So when he sees that opening over the middle, he may go for it.
First and goal, ball at the 3.5. Texas ahead 20-7, early third quarter. Cal Cagney over the left side is pushed back. Freddie Akers. Schultz and Taylor made the last stop. Of course, Arkansas took the opening kickoff and went 80 yards briskly for a touchdown. Now they're trying to duplicate the feat here in the second half.
So this drive is very important because Texas had the momentum late in the second quarter.
On second down, it's Eckwood. No room. Ron Bones, Robin Senline. The tackle. Freddie Akers, his club, 8th ranked in the country, coming in 4-1. Their only loss 2 weeks ago to Oklahoma. Kevin Scanlon now in at quarterback for the Razorbacks on 3rd and goal. He played briefly in the first half. Cowens. Steve McMichael was right there. And Van is stopped at the 2. shoes. We've got a very crucial play coming up right now. 4th down and goal just outside the 1-yard line. 9:56 to go, 3rd quarter.
Cal Cagney has favored the option play in situations like this. Arkansas, like Oklahoma, is a team led by seniors.
They've got Cal Cagney back in now after Scanlon took over on 3rd down. It's Cal Cagney on 4th down and goal. And Cal Cagney tries to get in. Does he? Yes. Touchdown. Just barely. Woo. Ron Cal, he took a shot, as you can see, as he comes off the field. Cal Cagney able to turn it inside, cut back, and get it in and shake it up. So Arkansas moves in for the score. That missed extra point, or the blocked extra point by Erxleben, made a little large later. Ordonez with a size 6 shoe moves it through, and so we have 9:30 to go in the 3rd quarter at Austin. And the Razorbacks have sliced it to 6. Longhorns down in front, 20-14. Once again, the touchdown.
As we told you, Cal Cagney has favored the option play in these short yardage and goal line situations, calls his own number, and takes it in. That hurts the ribs. Rance Taylor is the man who delivers the kiss. This is what it looks like from the ground. Cal Cagney on the option. Barely in. Touchdown.
So Arkansas moving in for the score. 9.5 minutes to go. Period number 3, 20-14, Longhorns.
I don't just drive race cars. I know what goes on inside an engine, too. That's why I use Haviland 10W40. It was tested in state trooper cars for protection. And in a test against the leading 10W40 oil advertising extra gasoline mileage, Haviland couldn't be beaten. So whether you have your oil changed at a Texaco station or
if you do it yourself.
Right. Do it with trooper-tested, mileage-tested Haviland.
You gonna try and do that to me?
Yep. That's the pros, man. The only pleasure you have to look forward to is a dip of Skol.
We'll see. Have a dip?
I started with mild happy days, and I'll stay with it.
Smokeless is the only way to go.
Just a pinch between my cheek and gum gives me great tobacco taste without lighting up. And leaves my hands free.
You gotta catch me first.
Try roping him! With a little practice, these guys just might make it.
The numbers on the Arkansas drive as the Longhorns get set to receive. Pair of freshmen, Jam Jones and Adrian Price, back at the goal line. Ish Ordonez. His kick fielded at the 1-yard line. And the touchback is Adrian Price, put the ball down in the end zone. Price looked like he was going to run it back and thought better of it. 80,000 jammed in, double-decked on the west side here at Memorial Stadium. Very near downtown Austin, the state capital. The Longhorns on top, 20-14. Arkansas led 7-0. Texas reeled off 20 straight points. Arkansas coming back with a drive here early in the 3rd. Randy McEacher, the signal caller, going after Lamb Jones. That was an effective play in the 2nd quarter. Now it nets 5. Earlier it netted 20. Jimmy Walker, the tackle.
Jimmy Walker, the man we spotlighted at the top of our show, one of the great tackles in the country, along with Hampton. They feel that maybe they have the best tandem of defensive tackles anyplace. Walker, the smaller of the two, but lightning quick, coming all the way out that time to shut off the sideline screen with Johnny Lamb Jones before it even got started.
2nd down and 5, Texas. McEachern gets a couple. Randy, senior out of Pasadena, Texas, near Houston. 5'11", 175-pounder Larry Jackson, the linebacker, made the tackle. It will be 3rd down and 2.5. Red Acres, what a job he did last year, taking over for a legend, Darrell Royal. Royal now the athletic director here. has been in on back-to-back stops. So Erxleben and the punting unit will have to come in, and Arkansas will get the ball back.
ABC's Defensive Player of the Year in 1977, Larry Jackson. All over the field last year for Arkansas. Lost his job momentarily in the spring to Massey.
Brown is back deep. Thomas, the freshman, at the 36-yard line. Erxleben now kicking into the wind. Low kick. Bounces at the 41-yard line, down at the 38. Razorback ball at the 38-yard line. 7:37 to go in the third. 20-14 Texas. Let's go to Bill Fleming.
All right, a big game today in Madison, Wisconsin, before some 79,000 fans, and Michigan is now leading Wisconsin 7-0. That ball game in the second, just at the end of the first quarter, started to go into the second quarter. Michigan recovered a Wisconsin fumble in the first set of plays. Michigan converted with Leach going in 5 yards for the score.
All right, Bill, 1st and 10. Arkansas from the 38. Calcagney gets it out to the 44-yard line. Steve McMichael, 99, in on the stop. Arkansas taking over after a 33-yard kick by Erxleben. Very uncharacteristic. However, of late, as Lee mentioned earlier, Erxleben has been in a bit of a kicking slump last couple of weeks, and he's had a tough time today when he's kicked into the wind. 2nd down, 5. Morris to the 48. Setting up 3rd and short. Bill Acker in on the stop. It'll be 3rd and a yard.
Hogs picking up just where they left off at the top of this game, actually. You know, they came out and it looked like they were going to blow Texas out of the tub. The momentum completely turned around, and now it's back to the Hogs. Big shootout. This is a classic.
Texas leads by 6. Arkansas 3rd down 1. Ball at the 48-yard line. Morris, he's got the 1st down, and he's into Texas territory at the 49-yard line. Bill Acker, 63. Ricky Churchman, number 8, converging for the stop. 1st down, Arkansas at the Longhorn 49.
Great matchups for years with Darrell Royal and Frank Broyles. And now, Lou Holtz, Fred Akers. Akers, the man who completely turned the program around in Wyoming. Then came here, 11-1.
2nd year, Akers 40 years old. Lou Holtz taking over for Broyles at Arkansas. Eckwood, he's going to throw it. Comes back the other way against the grain and incomplete and knocked down by Robin Sendline. Fortunate that it wasn't intercepted.
Guess who the intended receiver was? The quarterback, Ron Calcagney. That is one of the gadget plays that Lou Holtz put in, especially for this game. And we were advised yesterday that we might see this play. Eckwood, instead of throwing to one of his wide receivers, stopping and turning and throwing back to the quarterback. The quarterback in college football is an eligible receiver.
It did not fool the Longhorns. 2nd down and 10 at the 49-yard line. After the fake pitch, Calcagney keeps it, goes to the 43. Ron Bones and Lance Taylor made the stop. Well, look at Lance Taylor isolated, number 32, middle linebacker.
We talked about him from his middle linebacker position. A swarming type little middle linebacker who had over 120 tackles last season, was hurt before the Cotton Bowl, had to have shoulder surgery, missed most of the spring, but he's back now.
3rd down, a long 3 at the 42-yard line. Calcagney pitching it back to Eckwood. Has some room. Eckwood inside the 30 to the 27-yard line, up 1st down. Robin Sendline, the linebacker, 60, made the tackle. Gary Eckwood out of Brinkley, Arkansas, 6 feet even, 200-pounder. We'll see it from the end zone.
Sweet counter option play as we look at it from the end zone viewpoint. Soft hands, good pitch with the left hand. Terrific block that really springs Eckwood, and now you see some of his open field ability. Who got the block?
Cowens was the man who threw the block,
right.
So he blocks as well as runs. 1st down from the 27-yard line. Now Cowens, Morris tries to get a block down, but can't. And Ricky Churchman able to bust up the play. Back to the 31-yard line for a loss of 4. Number 8, Ricky Churchman, the defensive back. Junior. So Texas trying to stem the tide a bit. Arkansas moved in for the score early in the 3rd. Right now we have 4:48 to go. 3rd quarter. Texas 20. Arkansas 14. second down, 14. Cowens flags down all over the place and stopped at the 26-yard line. Bruce Schultz came up to stop him. Penalty will be against the Razorbacks. Clipping is the call. That'll move it back to the 46. We're going to look at that play from the cornerback's viewpoint.
All right, you are the cornerback, and Ron Calcagni is coming at you. How do you play the play? Well, just like you did it.
You saw the clip. It's second down and 29. Little dump off to Cowens. Has some room to the 29-yard line. So he gets a good part of the penalty yardage back and then some. Lance Taylor and Johnny Johnson made the tackle, and we've got an injured Texas player. I believe it's Ricky Churchman, number 8, who was shaken up on the play. It is Johnny Johnson. Johnny Johnson, number 27, who made the interception. As you look at McEachern on the sideline, Dwight Jefferson is also down. So we have 4:15 to go in the third. It's Texas 20, Arkansas 14.
The financial capital of America. Home to hundreds of investment firms. But whose thinking is sought by corporations and governments? Who is quoted almost every day in America's business press? Yet who always has time to help any investor of any size? You know who. There are lots of investment firms, but there's only one, Merrill Lynch.
Okay, big, green T. If National's going to be the best car rental company, we have got to hustle. Schultz, the last reservation call.
9 seconds, sir.
Walsh, relay service means?
Fast service, sir.
Willoughby, before we rent this new Chevy, we check all 10 items on the maintenance checklist. And then we sign it. Sir. Okay, team, let's go.
10,000 people working for you. The big green team.
Willoughby.
We're National Car.
4:15 to go. Johnny Johnson got up, apparently just had the wind knocked out, has come over at least temporarily to the Texas sideline as Arkansas comes up to the 28 of the Longhorns with a third down and 11. Calcagni going over the middle as a man open at the 10-yard line, and it's Duckworth in for the touchdown. Bobby Duckworth in for 6, and Arkansas will have a chance to take the lead.
And the momentum has changed again. Great seesaw battle. So characteristic of the big shootout.
So the ebb and flow at Memorial Stadium in Austin, and the small contingent of Arkansas backers, about 4,000 strong, are delirious. Ordonez will attempt the extra point to try to give Arkansas the lead. The kick is good, and the Razorbacks, with 2 touchdown drives here in the third quarter, have moved out in front. A wild one at Austin, 21-20, Arkansas. Once again, the touchdown.
Calcagni to Duckworth, down and in, coming from his wide receiver position from right to left. And here he is, alone, in the open field, in for the touchdown. From the ground now, Calcagni, you see that the protection is good. Plants the right foot, unloads, follows through. There's Duckworth, who has 9.7 speed, slowed down by injuries. Jerry Sullivan has a shot at him. Duckworth eludes him, on in for the touchdown.
Ish Ordonez, the breeze blowing the ball off the tee. You know, it's interesting. Johnny Johnson had come out of the game, the premier defensive back for Texas, they had to go in with a substitute, and that's when the room was found by Duckworth underneath to catch the pass and go in for the score. Jones downs it in the end zone. Texas will take over at the 20-yard line. Let's spend a moment right now with Bill Fleming.
All right, the Oklahoma Sooners, top ranked in the nation, are now out in front of Iowa State by the score of 14-0 in the first quarter. Tom Walk on a 9-yard run on the first touchdown, then Kenny King on a 15-yard run. The Boilermakers of Purdue are now leading Illinois 10-0. Another one of our ABC regional games in Champaign today. Scott Severine has just kicked a 41-yard field goal early in the fourth quarter.
All right, Bill, so first down, Texas. Longhorns down by a point. It's the freshman Jam Jones. Nothing doing. Stopped at the 19-yard line by Jim Howard, number 54 from Denver, Colorado.
Big drive now for the Horns. They've got to try to turn the momentum back around in their favor.
It's funny, you know, the way the coaches have capitalized on the problems that the other team has had. Lusby went out, the good defensive back for Arkansas. Texas found that spot, that weakness, capitalized on that. When Johnson went out, Arkansas was able to find the open spot.
Good point.
Second down and 11 from the 19-yard line. Jam Jones. Couple of yards, maybe 3. Jimmy Walker, the tackle, number 75. It's third down 8.
Now we see that swarming Arkansas defense, and they're fired up because of the fact that the offense has given them a lift. Cal Cagney, after a miserable start, is now 3 for 3 in this second half. He's 3 for 8 overall, 71 yards and 1 touchdown. He was 0 for 5 in the first half.
Third down and 8. McEachern, he's got to run out of the pocket, and he has got the first down. Oh, does he take a shot at the 31-yard line? Larry Jackson, 66. Well, spotted at the 32. Here it is again from the end zone.
Randy's going to have to learn that Fran Tarkington hook slide. Watch him on the scramble play right here. He puts his head down, and he tries to run over a linebacker. Hey, don't do that, Randy. Oh, boy. Ooh. Yeah, that's like ice cream when you see a quarterback running in the open field like that.
He took a look at the 32-yard line, first down. That's Koenig setting up wide to the right. And flag down as they take too much time. They started Lamb Jones in motion. And a 5-yard delay of the game penalty. This program is being brought to you as a special exclusive of ABC Sports. Let's pause 5 seconds to allow our local stations to identify themselves.
WFAA-TV, Channel 8, Dallas, Fort Worth.
2:21 to go, third quarter. Al Michaels, Lee Groscup, Bill Fleming with you from Austin. 80,000 looking on. Arkansas leading Texas 21-20. First down and 15 as they send Lamb Jones in motion. Then give it to Lamb. To the 33. Brad Schapp from Carlisle, Arkansas, number 40, made the tackle. Check out Lamb Jones here.
We talked about how Fred Akers adapts to his personnel, and he utilizes Lamb Jones many different ways. This time from the wingback position, he starts in motion, and there's the handoff to him. We've seen him as a receiver. We've seen him as a blocker. We've seen him as a running back. Very innovative. Fred Akers switched from the wishbone to the veer.
Second down and 9. McEachern going over the middle. Intercepts at the 48-yard line. Lawrence Sampleton, who caught the touchdown pass earlier, the freshman was the intended receiver, but Brad Schapp, number 40, is called his name, S-H-O-U-P, and pronounces it Schapp, picks it off. But we've got a marker down back at the 24-yard line, so hold everything.
Might be roughing. McEachern might have been rough.
The Arkansas defense had started off the field. The offensive unit had come on. And instead, Schapp's moment of glory will be erased on this penalty. 15-yard penalty against the Razorbacks of Arkansas for roughing the passer.
Let's see if we can see the late hit. McEachern sprints left. Now he's throwing downfield to Sampleton. And there we see it. I don't know. It's close. It's close.
Very.
Tough call.
And a big one. A very big one. So Texas has a first down at the 48-yard line. The Arkansas linemen still having their say with the officials. We're going to see it again.
The ball is gone right there. Yep, it's a good call. 86. Hampton comes in a little late with a forearm shiver to McEachern.
So first down, Texas at the 48-yard line. They give it to Lamb Jones coming back the other way, and Lamb is corralled at the 48-yard line. Marty Mitchum stayed right with him. Lamb tried to put every move in the books on number 56 and couldn't get by him.
Looked like OJ there for a minute, didn't it? Yeah. Gazelle-like strides. Darrell Royal says, well, he's got a gold medal. You know he can run.
Part of the U.S. 400-meter relay team at Montreal that picked up the gold. There he is, Lamb Jones, occasionally, and we've seen him today on brief occasions. Works from a running back spot. And here he's wide to the right is Randy McEachern. Turns it upfield and gets into Arkansas territory where Dale White makes the hit at the 48-yard line. We're in the final minute of the third quarter. Arkansas leading 21-20.
And a big drive going right now for the Horns. We need this one.
It is third down, 6. McEachern. He's got the freshman Sampleton one more time to the 34-yard line. Mike Lockett was a wide receiver for Texas. He quit the squad 2 days ago because he wasn't playing enough, among other reasons. And I think one of the reasons he wasn't playing very much was because of a fellow by the name of Sampleton who's come on today to do the job.
Lawrence Sampleton has really come on. What an amazing story of a freshman who has not seen much action, but he was an all-state middle linebacker and tight end at Seguin High School, which is only about 50 miles south of Austin.
Time has run out in the third quarter, so we go to the fourth with the score. Arkansas 21 and Texas 20.
Fantastic scoring play by that New York Life Insurance team. Let's see the instant replay. Look at those New York Life pros blocking out Jake's money problems, stopping his retirement worries. And there he is, reaching his goal. Jake's got financial security.
New York Life made it happen.
Where the name of the game is life, there's New York Life.
The Goodyear Tiempo is the all-season radio proved last year. A year of record snowfalls and ice storms, record rains and heat, some of the worst weather in history. Through it all, the steel-belted Tiempo radial became the best-selling new tire in Goodyear history. It was the snow tire, the rain tire, the sun tire, the one tire that got thousands of people through last year. Tiempo, one tire you can drive with confidence all year.
The only two undefeated teams in Pac-10 competition battle it out for first.
7, 4, 8, 1, 4, 1, 4. Call the Dallas Times Herald Classified. Get results like you've never seen before. 7, 4, 8, 1, 4, 1, 4. 7, 4, 8, 1, 4, 1, 4. Call the Dallas Times Herald Classified at 7, 4, 8, 1, 4, 1, 4. We are the pages more people are turning to.
Why should you buy a Chevrolet from Durand today when there are 12 other Chevrolet dealers in Dallas? When you drive it home tonight, you'll know. A beautiful deal.
In the next 2.5 years, 94 men must die.
Gregory Peck, Laurence Olivier in The Boys from Brazil, rated R.
Check newspapers for a theater near you.
See the MDA's Haunted Castle at 8338 Garland Road in Dallas. The castle will be open 7 to 11 p.m. October 27th through the 31st. Admission is $1.50, so we'll see you there.
WFAA-TV, Channel 8, Dallas, Fort Worth.
Michaels, Lee Gross Cup, Bill Fleming. We start the fourth quarter in Austin. 21-20 Arkansas. Texas has the ball at the Razorback 34-yard line. 1st and 10. Randy McEachern pitching it back to Jam Jones. No gain. Walker, Jimmy, number 75. Making the stop. Of course, we'll have the Prudential College scoreboard after the game. And then out to Berkeley, California. Big battle Pac-10. The Bears of Cal, the Bruins of UCLA. And Frank Broyles, the athletic director at Arkansas, will be there with Keith Jackson. I imagine Frank right now sitting up in that press box out in front of his monitor, chewing the nails down to the nub. Hang in there, Frank. 2nd down, 10 at the 34-yard line. Jam Jones to the 30. The freshman from Youngstown, Ohio. It's Larry Jackson, 66, who made the tackle. Jackson had a tremendous day last year against Texas. And he's having another good one today. 3rd down and 6.
If that game out in Berkeley is anything like this one, those guys are going to have some fun. We have got us a seesaw classic going here. Big shootout, the Hogs and the Horns. Southwest Conference dogfight.
Hookham and Suey. 3rd down, 6 at the 30-yard line. McEachern going deep and overthrows. Miss at the 5-yard line. Trent Bryant was with him stride for stride. Now, remember, Texas, here in the fourth quarter, they have the wind at their backs. And Russ Erchleben is sensational, of course, as a place kicker and a punter. And the big man is going to set the tee down at the 38-yard line. He'll have a 48-yard attempt here. Make it a 47-yard attempt. They'll spot it. Churchman holding at the 37, wind at his back. Certainly long enough, but no good. Erchleben at the foot, but not the accuracy. So the kick is wide, and Arkansas still on top by a point. And of course, this year under the rules, you bring it back to the line of scrimmage now for Arkansas to take over as Holtz faces. 1st down, Razorbacks at the 31-yard line. Cowens and Eckwood, the running backs. Cal Cagney, the quarterback, stopped by Steve McMichael and Lance Taylor. He got a couple. It'll be 2nd down, 8. Freddie Akers has tasted defeat only twice since he took over for Darrell Royal last year. Once in the Cotton Bowl, and then earlier this year to Oklahoma. Mike Forrest pushes his way out to the 36-yard line, where he is greeted by Lance Taylor. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
Russell Erchleben not having the kind of year that maybe some people thought he would have, or that he thought he would have. Punting average a little off. Doesn't seem to have that accuracy as a field goal kicker.
Arkansas, you saw that graphic illustrating their prowess in the 4th period this season. Dumps it off for Eckwood. Gets it back out to the 48-yard line, but shy of a 1st down. So the Horns are able to hold. Senline and McMichael made the tackle. As you look at Erchleben, the place kicker and punter for Texas. He had an extra point blocked earlier, and that is the difference in the game right now. 21-20 Arkansas. 12:07. Leahy in to kick. Into the wind. Johnny Johnson, who had the wind knocked out of him earlier, back in the game. Deep safety at the 25-yard line. High floating kick. Johnson fields at the 20-yard line and wishes he hadn't. Woo! Jackson gave Johnson a moment to remember. It's 21-20, Razorbacks.
95.3%. That's how many Chevy trucks back through the 1968 models were still on the job as of July 1st, 1977. Repeat, 95.3% were still on the job. This is based on industry data for the 10 most recent model years recorded.
Will the owner of the Chevy pickup please come to the office?
Chevy trucks, built to stay tough.
From South Carolina to North Dakota, they know what makes a state fair a great fair.
Beer makes it good.
It's just one Schlitz.
There's no debate.
Nothing else comes near.
Beer makes it good.
When you're out of Schlitz,
Schlitz makes it great.
You're out of beer.
11 million times a day, America reaches for a Schlitz. Every drop chill lagered for quality since 1849.
Schlitz makes it like no other good. Schlitz makes it great.
Dancing is a contact sport. Football is a hitting sport. There's that moment to remember that Al Michaels just told you about.
O.C. Jackson putting down Johnny Johnson at the 19-yard line to the Horns. 1st and 10 at their own 19. Arkansas by a point. 11:51 to play. Brad Beck, the freshman, takes it out to the 23-yard line. Freddie Akers sends it into play, saying go Hambo as Ham Jones.
Go Hambo, go, go. Hey, we're going to have to be choosing an offensive and defensive player of the game for Chevrolet before too much longer. Now, how do you like so far? That's wide open, isn't it?
I tell you, we've got several to choose from both sides.
Yep.
Been a great ball game. 2nd down, 6 at the 23-yard line. McEachern rolling out, looking, going deep, incomplete. It's Lawrence Sampleton, the huge freshman. Brad Schaap covering for Arkansas.
Sampleton, widely recruited, but, you know, he was slowed down by injuries in the spring, and we really didn't hear too much about him, but how he has emerged today.
3rd down and 6. Texas at the 23-yard line. Longhorns led at the half, 20-7. But the Razorbacks, 2 touchdown drives, 3rd quarter. McEachern has it knocked down, incomplete. Dan Hampton got the hands up, number 86, 6'5", 259. The senior from Jacksonville, Arkansas. Happily going off the field as the punting unit comes in.
One of the guys who was so instrumental in that Orange Bowl victory last year over Oklahoma, 31-6.
They shocked everybody that day as you look at Brown going back deep. The freshman, Thomas Brown, ready to accept Rick Slavin's kick. Arkansas will set up a return. Look at this one. Woo! With the wind, taken at the 18-yard line. And the 10-yard run back to the 28. Veslavic made the tackle. 58-yard punt by Erxleben. 10:57 to go in Austin. It's 21-20 Hogs.
For over 30 years, people have been buying Poulan chainsaws.
Wouldn't use anything but a Poulan.
Poulan, Ed. Poulan. And for over 30 years, they've been mispronouncing our name.
Poulan.
Poo. So we'd like to remind you that our name is Poulan. And for a tough, dependable chainsaw, Poulan is the only name you need to remember, no matter how you pronounce it.
Poulan. I like pickles, but they don't like me.
Send your stomach some Digel.
I like pizza, but it doesn't like me.
Send your stomach some Digel.
Digel's special combination of antacid and anti-gas ingredients gives you fast, gentle relief from acid indigestion, heartburn, and gas in just minutes.
I like hot dogs, but they don't like me. Send your stomach some Digel.
First 3 between Saxon and Speedway.
There are the numbers through 3 with the score 21-20 Arkansas.
See the closeness, the overall closeness as we look at the entirety of the stats there. Relatively free of turnovers. Only 1 turnover in this game.
Arkansas has it. 28-yard line. 1st and 10. Cal Cagney keeps it. Out to the 30-yard line. Gets a yard, yard and a half. Bruce Schultz corrals him. What's happening up at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas? Let's check that out. Here's Bill Fleming.
All right, at a very important game at 2, the Ponies of SMU, who seem to be one of the most exciting teams in college football, are tied with Houston 7-7 on that one at the Cotton Bowl.
And today is the day I think we find out if the Ponies are for real. 2nd down and 8. Cal Cagney giving it off to Cowan. He's met immediately. Lance Taylor, 32. In with Dwight Jefferson, number 80. So a minimal gain for Cowan. And 3rd and 7, Arkansas. 10 minutes, 8 seconds remaining.
Big 3rd down play. Now let's see if Arkansas goes once again to their wide receiver on the curl-in pass.
Cal Cagney. Everybody's covered. Cal Cagney is covered by Robin Sendline. Back at the 19-yard line, a big, big play for the Longhorns.
Cal Cagney wanted to curl in, but what he got was a lot of defensive linemen.
So the ball is at the 21. They need a good kick from Leahy here. Johnny Johnson back at the 40-yard line to accept the kick. This one into the wind. Fair catch called for by Johnson. He'll have no more of that contact. And Texas takes over at the 40 after a 40-yard punt. Monday night, a good one. The Pittsburgh Steelers are unbeaten, 7-0. The Houston Oilers with Earl Campbell, a Heisman Trophy winner from right here. Coming up at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Then a special edition this week, Thursday night. Minnesota against Dallas. Special time, 8:30 Eastern Time. Don Meredith will be there. I'm sure he's ecstatic about his pony so far this year. SMU rolling.
Dendaroo
at the 40-yard line. 1st down, Texas. Mish into Arkansas territory, dropped at the 47-yard line. Ronnie Mish out of Meadville, Texas. Wide receiver, 5'11", 170. Stopped by Hugh Jernigan, the quarterback.
McEachern sprints left. Ronnie Mish along the sidelines. Keeps the foot in. Good move, man, good hands. All alone as we look at Ronnie Mish. Not great speed, but good moves, good hands. Smart receiver. Dependable. There you have it. That's the kind of percentage passing that the Horns are going to need, because this is a very important drive for them.
They send Lamb out wide to the right. McEachern coming back the other way. Gets it down to the 43-yard line. 2nd down and 7 for the Longhorns. Clock running, 8 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Arkansas leading 21-20. Bright, clear, warm day. Temperature now up in the mid-80s in Austin. 80,000 at Memorial Stadium. And they're watching a dandy, Freddie Akers. 2nd down, 7. McEachern looking, throwing, incomplete at the 26-yard line. That man sampled in again, the big freshman. Intended receiver.
Sampleton in the clear that time from his tight end position.
We welcome those of you who've been watching the Purdue-Illinois game. We're in Austin, Texas with 8 minutes and 2 seconds remaining. Arkansas leads Texas 21-20. Texas has the ball, 3rd down, 7 at the Razorback 43-yard line. The quarterback, Randy McEachern. Straight drop back, throws. He finds samples inside the the 20, down to the 10. Lawrence Sampleton, who had not caught a pass all season, has made several big receptions today, including one for a touchdown. He's caught 4 for 109 yards. And the Longhorns are in business at the Arkansas 10.
That makes up for the previous play as we look at Lawrence Sampleton, number 87, the freshman from Seguin. Down and in. McEachern right on target. And as I said, we're going to be choosing an offensive player of the day for Chevrolet. McEachern and Sampleton, both prospects.
From the 10-yard line, James Jones for a couple. Over the left side, down to the 8, William Hampton, 82, made the tackle. When we started out, Arkansas took the early lead. Roll for the opening kickoff, 80 yards to make it 7-0, but Texas came back with 20 and led 20-7 at the half. Arkansas, 2 touchdown drives in the third quarter. Erxleben had an extra point block earlier, missed a field goal attempt here in the fourth period. It's 21-20 Arkansas. Second down, 7. McEachern, some room inside the 5, bumped down at the 4-yard line. It'll be third down. They can conceivably pick up a first down without a touchdown, though unlikely. This series starting just outside the net.
Fred Akers once kicked a field goal for Arkansas that gave the Hogs a share of the Southwest Conference title. A field goal could win it today.
Third down, 4. Steve Hall, the tight end, came in with a play from Freddie Akers. McEachern going to the air, lofting it for the end zone for Lamb Jones. Touchdown! What a catch! That's that same play where they throw it to a spot. They say throw it to the corner of the end zone deep, and Lamb will be there, and he was.
Exactly. That's what happened. We talked about it with Fred Akers in his office yesterday. He said, I like to throw on the goal line. Lamb Jones, we send him straight up. We throw the ball just inside the corner of the end zone, and we tell him to run for it. And we've seen it twice today.
Now Texas calls a timeout. Timeout, here it is again. A set
One more
play.
look. Straight up. Throw the ball to the corner of the end zone and let your fastest man run for it. In fact, the fastest man in all of football, Johnny Lamb Jones.
College football, of course, and he just loved to put in. Lamb keeping it down. Texas has the lead, 26-21. Now, if you're Freddie Akers, you got to go for a couple, of course. 6-point lead doesn't do you a whole lot of good. 7-point lead puts a lot of pressure on Arkansas if they drive into the score.
1 foot is all you need inside the boundary line or the end zone in college football. In the pros, it's 2. So, Johnny Lamb Jones, a 1 foot in, and it was a touchdown.
The Texas Longhorns, they've won 51 of their last 52 here in Austin.
Unbelievable.
They had a 42-game winning streak snapped by Houston in '76. They won 9 straight since. Remember, Arkansas has not lost a football game since they were defeated at Fayetteville by Texas last season. Big battle in the Southwest Conference. Of course, the champion spends New Year's Day at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. Freddie Akers has sent in the play after the discussion with McEachern as we go for 2. McEachern throws, and the conversion is good. Ham Jones. So Lamb picks up 6, and Ham comes back for a deuce. They're going crazy. Roaring in Austin. And gets a hug from Akers. Again, a look at the touchdown pass to Lamb Jones.
Straight up the field to Lamb. Throw to the corner, and there it is.
Take any razor available in America. Any razor. Now there's an electric shaver that will shave as close or your money back. The Remington XLR. Remington can guarantee a close shave because only Remington has this remarkable 3-part system. The first head shaves close, the second closer. The unique Intercept cutter is designed to shave longer hairs. The Remington XLR. It shaves as close as a blade or your money back.
You know me as Mr. Goodwrench, the professional mechanic who cares about your GM car. But your participating GM dealer also has a Mr. Goodwrench who cares at the service write-up desk and in the parts department. We're all over the service department, just to be sure your GM car gets Mr. Goodwrench professional care.
You never had it so good.
Keep that great GM feeling
With Mr. Goodwrench.
That's us.
and genuine GM parts.
Football excitement like you're viewing today can be seen at 102 Division II and 204 Division III NCAA colleges. See one of these colorful games in your area next week. In Division II, Nebraska-Omaha at Augustana, South Dakota, and in Division III, Minnesota-Morris at Winona State.
This series has produced so many sensational games over the years. In 1978, no exception. Texas by 7. Erxleben kicking off. And again, vintage Erxleben. Touchback. Arkansas will take over at the 20-yard line here in Austin. 6:15 to go. Texas leading 28-21.
They called the 1969 game the game of the century, but I wouldn't trade it for this one, Button.
Well, I'll tell you, this has been wild. Looked like Arkansas was going to come out and blow Texas away when they marched to the TD opening drive, and Texas led 20-7. At the half, Arkansas overtook Texas again, and now the Longhorns have the lead by 7. Ron Calcagni pitches back to Eckwood, and they jam up the play. Glenn Blackwood racing in, 37. Lance Taylor also in the area. And Bly Jefferson, 80. Second down, 10.
How about momentum now? Woo.
Changing on every series, every drive. 5:47, clock running. Second down, 10. Now Cagney, Ben Cowens tries to turn back. Good. Blackwood again, and Henry Williams, number 83, the defensive left end. To the 23-yard line, third down and 7.
Ben Cowens has rushed for over 100 yards on a dozen or more occasions, but he has never done that against Texas. He has yet to have the really big game against the Horns.
Third down, 7. Cowens today has carried for 65 yards on 13 trips. The pass out to the 32-yard line is complete. To number 84, Charles Clay makes his first reception of the day. The tight end is stopped by Ricky Churchman, so that momentarily quiets the throng with 5 minutes to go. First down, Arkansas at the 32-yard line.
Now we get to see how Ron Calcagni works the clock.
Calcagni, the pitch to Cowens. Hatchett couldn't tackle him, but gets another chance. And by that time, he has some help from his friends. Ben Cowens turned back. 20 acres. The Longhorn band. Second down, 14. 4.5 to go. Barrow comes out wide right. Put Duckworth in the slot. Calcagni looking. And Johnny Johnson at the 50-yard line to pick it off. Johnny Johnson, his second interception of the game. At the 50-yard line, Longhorns get it back. Texas has it at midfield. 4:16 to go. The Longhorns with the ball and a 7-point advantage.
When do you say
After doing this about 3,000 times a day. After a hard tennis match with my friend Ron. As soon as I knock this ball out of the park.
When do you say Budweiser?
It's everywhere.
When my mother-in-law leaves town? After a long night in here. Or when you say Budweiser.
Let me hear you say it, people.
Budweiser. You have said it all.
When you come to Occidental for life insurance, you're coming to us.
When you come to Transamerica Insurance to protect your home or business, you're coming to us.
When you come to Transamerica Title for title insurance on your home, you're coming to us.
We're Transamerica, the people in the pyramid. We serve you through many different companies, but we stand for just one thing. First-rate service at a fair price. From every Transamerica company, every time.
The only two undefeated teams in Pac-10 competition battle it out for first place. UCLA takes on California next.
4:16 to go. First down, Texas at the 50-yard line. McEachern will try to eat up some of the clock. And the ball is loose, and Arkansas has it. William Hampton recovered the fumble by Ham Jones. Can you believe it? Johnson makes the interception. They get the ball back, and Ham coughs it up on the first play. Back come the Razorbacks.
Woo! Might be the biggest turnover of the day. Hampton falls on the football. Ham Jones loses it. Just after that big interception by Johnny Johnson.
So now it's Arkansas from the 49-yard line. 4:11 to go. And they have Scanlon at quarterback. He's going deep. At the 18-yard line, complete for a first down to Gary Stiggers. The sophomore from Fort Worth, Texas. Johnny Johnson made the tackle. So Scanlon comes off the bench. He's been playing sparingly today. Finds his man.
Scanlon, the man who broke all of Joe Namath's passing records at Beaver Falls High, finds Stiggers, the fastest man on the squad on the post pattern. A big play for the Hogs. Stiggers down and in from the slot, all alone here. There is the pass, right on target by Scanlon.
Arkansas takes a timeout. Timeout Razorbacks. 3:55 to go. What a ball game. Texas 28, Arkansas 20. Woo!
Many people think of corporations as ivory towers. Small, big, simple, complex. Ingenious products for practical use. Made possible because 3M listens. 3M hears you.
Texas 28, Arkansas 21, 3:55 to go. Cal Cagney is back in at quarterback at the Texas 17-yard line. Dan Cowens gets down to the 14. Gain of 3. Second down 7. Steve McMichael and Lance Taylor. Clock running.
Scanlon, the man who threw that key pass a moment ago, was recruited by Lou Holtz at North Carolina State. He is a transfer from NC State. Rewrote the record book at Beaver Falls High.
Joe Namath's alma mater. Second down 7 from the 14-yard line. Eckwood runs into a gang on the right side. Lance Taylor in on the play again. Bruce Schultz, linebacker, helping out. Let's go Big D, says Freddie Akers. They need the Big D to go here. 3rd and 6. Never been a tie in this series. I doubt we'll have one today. I got to think if Arkansas goes in, Holtz goes to prepare. We'll see. 3rd down 6. Cal Cagney, look out. He's hit at the 17-yard line. Dwight Jefferson, what a play by the right end of San Antonio. 4th down and 11. 2:25, 2:24. Chevrolet offensive and defensive players of the game coming up shortly. We're still picking them. 4th down. They have to go for it. Into the wind. Calcagni's going for the end zone, and it is incomplete. The Longhorns have held. Blackwood was back there covering along with Johnny Johnson. Robert Farrell, the intended receiver. So with 2:05 remaining, Texas has the ball after this incompletion.
Ultimately, the name of the game is defense. Johnson and Blackwood cover it for the Horns. Robert Farrell, the intended receiver.
Johnson has made 2 interceptions, been involved in several other key plays. So now Texas will try to eat up as much of the clock as they possibly can with 2:05 to go. McEachern has gone all the way at quarterback. He'll keep it on the ground, of course. He takes it out to the 19-yard line. It is second down. 8. Coming up from Berkeley, Cal against UCLA.
Good show.
Only 2 unbeaten teams in the Pac-10 following our Prudential College scoreboard. Big day, and we're only halfway through it. Second down, 8. McEachern again will eat up more of the clock, and Arkansas will take a timeout here to stop it with 1:18 remaining. Lou Holtz. He brought his troops in ready. He was confident. Arkansas had an off week. They were idle last week. Those of you who have watched the Auburn Georgia Tech game, 1:18 remaining here in Austin. 28-21 Texas. Seesaw game. Longhorns have to lead by 7. And the ball. Third down and 7 at the 20-yard line.
Hey, good one, son.
Lou Holtz. He's got his hands full right now. Freddie Akers is 78 seconds away from a victory.
Wonder what kind of one-liners he's got now.
Whoa. Third down and 7. Arkansas has 1 timeout remaining. On 3rd and 7. McEachern, he's done. Back at the 19-yard line, and Arkansas will elect to use its timeout here. So they are out of timeouts. 1:11 to go. Texas will have to punt. Arkansas will get the ball. It's the Longhorns by 7.
At one time, imported oil was no problem to America. Today, we import over 45% of our oil. If our supplies are ever cut off again, it could affect your driving, your heating, your job. Texaco believes conservation must be increased, alternate energy sources developed, exploration and production stepped up. Because none of us want to be caught over a barrel. At Texaco, we're working to keep your trust.
Super style.
Let yourself go to Pizza Hut. Go for new super style.
I expected more, but not this much more.
Our new super style pizzas are a whole lot more.
Like pizza on top of pizza.
More of your favorite toppings than ever before.
This new pizza has style. Super style.
Let yourself go to Pizza Hut. Go for new super style.
Super style.
All right. We're down to the basics right now. 1:11 to go. 28-21 Texas. Erxleben will kick with the wind. Arkansas will get the ball. Arkansas does not have a timeout left. Erxleben today has averaged 45 yards per kick, considerably more with the wind. The rush was on. He gets the kick away to the 35-yard line. It is Brown moving outside and dumped back at the 37. the Slavic made the tackle for Texas. So Arkansas, purely and simply, must move 64 yards in 61 seconds and then convert. No timeouts left.
One of the things we said at the top was that Texas would need a better day out of Erxleben punting. He has a 45.6 average today, which is better than he has been doing.
Kevin Scanlon, the quarterback. He's sacked, ball is loose, and the ball belongs to Texas, and so does the ball game. Steve McMichael recovered the fumble, number 99. What a day he has had. Mike Jefferson put the rush on, led the charge through, and Scanlon fumbles the ball, and now Texas can just fall on it for the next 53 seconds and pick up a big victory.
For defensive player between Michael and Johnny Johnson. Both great.
So Texas at the 19-yard line. Arkansas cannot stop the clock. The Longhorns, who trailed 21-20. There's McEachern doing exactly what you would expect. Right now, our Chevrolet offensive and defensive players of the game. Let's go to Bill Fleming.
The offensive player of today's game, Randy McEachern, who threw a touchdown pass to Sampleton, another one to Jam Jones, another one to Lamb Jones, and threw a two-point conversion to Ham Jones. So Randy McEachern. And the defensive player is Steve McMichael, defensive tackle, 252-pound junior. $1,000 to the General Scholarship Fund of the University of Texas from Chevrolet in those players' names.
All right, Bill, McEachern falls on it. That'll do it. Arkansas can't stop the clock. Have sat in on a wild one in Austin. Lou Holtz going across the field to shake hands with Freddie Akers. A typical Texas-Arkansas game. Longhorns win it 28-21. So on a bright, sunny, warm day, 80,000 go home delighted. The Longhorns are now 5-1 as they beat the Razorbacks by 7.
Chevrolet invites you to think of yourself in a new Monte Carlo. Think of yourself surrounded by crisp, sculptured lines. Think of yourself enjoying the very real pleasures of owning a Monte Carlo. Think of yourself surrounded with personal luxury, quiet comfort, and a surprising amount of room. And when you've thought about it, come drive one and put a little distance between yourself and the crowd.
Looky there, little fella. Begin with an itty-bitty can of Budweiser.
Ah, yes, it's straight from the horse's mouth. But seriously, folks, we call it the Bud Half Pint. It's 8 easy-tasting ounces of the king of beers. It's perfect when you want a lot of quality, a little at a time. When you say Bud Half Pint, you've said it all.
Wrong, Eduardo. You've said it short.
How come I'm always this great man?
The only two undefeated teams in Pac-10 competition battle it out for first place. UCLA takes on California next.
Any of several on either side could have won those awards. McEachern, the offensive player of the game. Johnny Johnson, our Chevy defensive player of the game. And of course, coming up, UCLA Cal. Battle for Pac-10 supremacy in Berkeley. Al Michaels, Lee Groscup, Bill Fleming sings along from Austin. Once again, the final score, 28-21, Texas. Travel arrangements made through and promotional fee paid by United Airlines. United built the largest airline in the free world around you. This has been a presentation of ABC Sports, recognized around the world as the leader in sports television.